Believe nothing, O monks, merely because you've been told, or because it's tradition, or because you yourselves have imagined it. Do not believe what your teacher tells you merely out of respect for the teacher, but whatsoever you find to be conducive to the good, the benefit and welfare of all beings, that doctrine believe and cling to and take it as your guide. Gautama Buddha. Welcome to Awesome Reader, where we review different books by different authors. This Sunday we review The Imam's Daughter by Hannah Shah. About the author. Hannah Shah is a young Muslim woman of Pakistan Muslim parentage. After she left her family home and finished her schooling, she took a degree in theology and religious studies. Since her first speaking to the press, she is increasingly in demand to give talks and support other people facing similar experiences to her own. She married for love in 2008. To the highlights of the book. Book, light blue in color, has a partially hidden face of a woman, probably dressed in a burqa. It has 272 pages. The pages are a bit dull and not an easy read for those who use bedside lamp for their reading. Currently, the book retails at Kenya shilling 1,650. You can get yourself a copy at a discount from Textbook Center. Details on the description box below. To the highlights of the book. The book starts with the author's note where she explains that the book is a true story and an account of what happened to her from birth to present day. She has changed names of places and people to protect her identity and guard against reprisals, and to protect the identity of others in the story who might be vulnerable. Hannah Shah is a pseudonym, that is, a fictitious name which used by authors. She finishes off by reiterating that the book is in no way denigration of Islam generally. It's a personal account of our own life experience. The parents moved to Britain, and that becomes the setting of the book. Hannah Shah was the fourth born in a family of 6. She had 3 big brothers and 2 sisters. She talks of how in the culture girls are more welcomed than the boys. The father immigrated to England from Pakistan. Once he got a job, he was able to bring his wife also to England. They were married before they migrated. It was an arranged marriage. Dad, according to Hannah, was a religious person and spent most of his time in the mosque or at the house with the Holy Book. And by the time she was born, the dad was already working as a local Imam. Hannah enjoyed leaving the streets and making friends from school. It's a pity that the dad never allowed visitors to their home. Neither did he allow his family to visit other homes. She tells of a story of how her mother wanted to learn English. She invited a certain Miss Smith to do the teaching. Things did not work out well when her dad found them with the teacher. That was the end of her mother's ambition of learning English. The events that follow are events of abuse in the house. The father could find any reason to beat her mother, sometimes even when the food was not cooked to his liking. At nearly 7 years, she started on the house course. The boys were exempted from such work, and also vivid recollection of abuse and being locked in the cellar. It was common for her to be punished, and no one would say a word, lest the dad rats be turned against any of his siblings. But then again, who would believe an Imam abusing his own daughter? She eased off on beating the mother as now he had someone else to abuse and beat, his own daughter. One day, she narrated her story to a social worker in school after she confided to one of the teachers. As it turned out, the social worker told the story to her father. She would also tell of girls in the streets left for Pakistan and will never come back. The assumption is that they were married off in arranged marriages. One of his brothers went off to Pakistan for Madras. These are normally rigorous classes. He was there for 3 years in Pakistan, and from her opinion, he came back differently. Eventually, plans were in motion to get Hannah married off. She got winds of the plan, and she also put in motion her plan to escape home. She met Mrs. Jones, her college teacher, and she escaped. In my opinion, this is a one-time read that is inordinately long. The author has tried to be as vivid as she could be in remembering her childhood, and in doing that, she included a lot of details that might not be included in the book. In the detail of her rape and abuse, which had gone on for years, she has taken courage to speak out what ideally would originally pass as an ordinary event in any religion, as it were. The place of honor and shame of the family comes to play, and we pose critical questions on how honor and reputation in our society can ensue and let such criminality like rape and abuse continue in our midst. This is a very sad and emotional book, but in the end, you see the light and hope. However, you note that there are other girls and women in the same predicament, and they're not able to do anything about it. I cannot say it's a great work of literature, but then again, that's not the purpose of her book. It's supposed to show us that there are things we have to fight against, because the second we become indifferent is the second we will have lost our humanity. The story is not far off from Ayani Hirsi Ali, who wrote The Infidel. This has been Awesome Reader. Remember, you can get a copy of Imam's Daughter at Textbook Center at a discount. Details on the description box below. Have you read The Imam's Daughter by Hannah Shah? If yes, let's take the discussions to the comment section below. Meanwhile, subscribe, like, and share this video. This has been Awesome Reader. Till next Sunday, let's keep reading.